Is Google gonna buy Tesla? That's the question. So an article came out from Forbes, Forbes.com, and supposedly this made the shares pop the other day. I missed it, so I'm investigating and I will share what I've found so far, because that would be crazy. So supposedly Forbes, or let's Trefis team, great speculations, came out with this article saying that Google perhaps could offer twice, almost twice what the shares are worth right now and buy the whole company. Could this happen? You say no. Why would they do that? Why would Musk do that? Well, Musk almost sold the whole company to Google back in 2013. Now, of course, he's profitable now, or he's getting there. Let's quickly look at that. So Tesla only had 2 weeks worth of cash left, and he went to Larry Page and wanted to sell the whole company for, I believe it was $5 billion, $6 billion, and Musk was going to stay on for 8 years and hit certain quotas, but he almost sold it. It was very close. And as they were working on the deal, sales picked up. They were having big issues with servicing the car, because it was a brand new company and there was like repairs, and it was just things weren't going well. But as negotiations happened, sales picked up, and then Musk decided not to sell. Thank goodness. Well, hey, maybe they could have helped them get there faster. So he's went to them to sell at one point. So it is a possibility. Now again, his back was against the wall. Things are, totally different. The share prices are up. So why would Google want to buy Tesla? And why would Tesla want to be bought by Google? Let's go into it. Let's go into this article here. So they break this down. So this is what Tesla would gain from being bought. So you've got Google's software muscle and tons of cash. I believe Google is over $1 trillion. So you've got the power of Google. Now again, here's another thing. So Google has invested in SpaceX, which Elon Musk runs, and with Fidelity, Google owns 10% of SpaceX. Wait, where's that article? Here's Trefis again. Here we go here. Why did Google invest $1 billion in SpaceX with Fidelity? Because they see an opportunity. And I think Musk, everyone, I think, agrees. Actually, no, not everyone agrees he's a genius. I've come to the conclusion he's a genius. He's going to be like Thomas Edison and Einstein and a whole bunch of them when you look back 100 years from now. So they're probably watching what Musk is doing and see it as a huge opportunity, especially with those screens in all the cars. There could be advertising. Google does advertising. So now again, if it gets bought, I don't know if you guys have ever owned shares where a company gets bought, but there's a spike in the price. So probably, almost instantly, our shares would go up from, what's it trading at now? Like, let's say 750, between 750 to 800, they would pop to 1500 probably, at least. With the weight of Google behind them, it could even go higher. So it would be good for investors. But let's keep going through this. Okay, so the market cap with Google helping them out could go 11x. So right now it's at $135 billion. We'll go to 1.5 trillion, which would be crazy, and deliver 8 million units, approaching Volkswagen and Toyota. So now this isn't ridiculous, because I believe Volkswagen delivers like, 8 million and Toyota 11 million units per year. So to get Tesla up there, a pure electric play, it's doable with Google's help and without Google's help. They don't need Google. I don't know if they really do need Google. I doubt he would sell it, but he could accelerate the growth very quickly with Google's money and their the power and the weight and the leverage behind them. So the question is, does Musk want to do it himself, which he's doing great at now, or is it some type of, can we accelerate the growth of the electric car and try to stop global warming? Because he said it's going to take so long to get these cars on the road and really start to affect global warming and get the carbon out of the air. So is it more about the money and doing it himself, or is it to accelerate the growth? That could be something that's attractive to Elon. It's not all about the money for him. So let's keep going through these points. Okay. So this is now what Google gains from it. Yes, here it is here. What Google would stand to gain. All right, so it needs to grow revenues. They've got the ad business, they've got the cloud. This will be one more avenue to make money. Again, they've bought YouTube, where this video is, and so they will do an acquisition if it makes sense for them. If there's some growth, they're always looking for that. They've invested in Waymo and stuff like that, but really Tesla's been eating their lunch. They are the front runner. Okay, so yeah, Google has the money, 1 trillion market cap. Has lots of cash, so it can afford it. Let's see. So here's they're saying this premium, I guess, to make it attractive to Elon and shareholders, because I guess we'd have to vote. Although Elon has lots of, he probably has voting power, I would assume. Comment below if you know about that. I would assume he has voting power. Does a shareholder? Yeah, the shareholder. We must have some power. Anyways, comment below. I don't know about that. Educate me. All right, so anyways, it's basically a growth play for Google if they go for it. Now, why? Okay, so it's mentioning the 2.7 million by 2025. Okay, so we're on to point 2 here. So we've looked at Tesla, why they'd want to be bought, and why Google would want to buy them, right? So the first one is you'd have the weight of Google behind you, and you'd have all the cash in the world to really accelerate growth. And take over the world with electric cars. Okay, and the second thing is Google wants, it's a growth play. So they're going to get into the cars. It's a lot of potential, a lot of money to be made. Okay, so let's go to the self-driving. Now that's a data business, which Google does really well. So they're getting data from all these cars, and Tesla's ahead of everyone else. Now this is very important, I think, to why Google might buy them. So Google gets data. They collect data on when you're signed into your Gmail. They know where you're going. They play the ads that they think would interest you. So they're always collecting data. Just like Facebook, they're collecting data so they can sell ads to you. Now, if they have the data of where you're driving, where you're going, I went to Wendy's and picked up a Baconator. Like, if they have that, they're going to have way more data. So then if I'm online or on my phone, they're going to start showing me Baconator deals. So this data is, to me, is probably the most valuable thing that Google would want from that. Now again, you could, I guess, get it from Tesla, right? Tesla could license out the data as well. But this allows them to have the power over the data itself. I find that they would be very interested in that. And what type of premium would they pay for Tesla? Again, double the share price? Triple? No, I don't know. Not triple. They know more than I do. I'm just reading the article. Okay, now revenues. Okay, so they have like a little slideshow with a breakdown. So they're just talking about cash. So who do we have here? We got Google's market cap at $1 trillion. So again, the article is saying that Tesla could be worth $1.5 trillion to Google. So if they pay twice what the shares are right now, so they'd be paying what, $200 billion for the company, and it's worth $1.5 trillion to them eventually. So that would be an amazing investment if Musk went for it. And I think the only reason he would do it is so that he could accelerate the growth like crazy. There'd be factories all over the place. It would just go, it would be insane. And he could basically take over the whole car market, I believe, if he had the weight and money of Google behind them. It would just be insane. Okay, so deliveries, okay, scale up to 8 million. Now here's the thing too, is they talked about luxury car market, but can they deliver a more affordable car to people who can't afford $50,000 for a car? Is there going to be ones like $25,000? If they get into like the lower, priced cars, there's going to be more people are going to be able to afford them. So, so he'd really get electric cars into people's hands. So that's what this piece was talking about. Right. Okay, so here is, they're comparing Tesla to, they're saying it could get to 2.7 million by 2025, and then it's using this thing here. So Volkswagen sells 11 million cars a year, and we've got Toyota at 9 million cars. So 2.7 isn't ridiculous. Okay, this is also just touching on what we already talked about. So I think the thing I'm thinking of is the data. I think the data of where people are driving, what they're doing, how long they're staying at restaurants, where they're going, where they travel to. It's just more data than they can add to the data they already have on you, that Google has been tracking you for years and years and years. Then they put the car data on top of it. Now imagine you had to sign into your Tesla with your Gmail. So those two things together, the data play, I think would make it so valuable. It doesn't talk about it in this, but that's what I'm thinking. So what do you guys think? Do you think Google's gonna buy Tesla? Comment below who's gonna benefit more from that deal. Would it be Musk or would it be Google? Comment below, please like, subscribe, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And I will talk to you guys later. Cheers, guys. Bye.